It's time for the Doug Garrison Show. This week, I visit with a couple of Northern students who are members of a group called Women for Women about some important community service. There's a Masquerade ball next weekend to benefit the Women's Center and Harbor House, and we get the details on that. The most recent Evergreen Award winner is with us, and Gretchen McKenzie performs. This show's all about women, and I think that's a good thing. Stick around, the Doug Garrison Show starts now.
Tell the host 2 minutes. Stand by live to tape. Lighting to show level, please. Confirm front of house sound PFL. Roll tape on masters to all the places. Alright, let's clear the set. Cue John music, open stage mics, standby effects, standby CG. Standby to open on 3, 2. Alright folks, let's have a good show. Stand by, roll it in.
Doug Garrison here. Thanks for joining us on the Doug Garrison Show. We appreciate those of you viewing at home on Charter Channel 12 and on Fox UP. Also, remember, like us on Facebook. We'd like to be your Facebook friend. Well, we've got an important show tonight, some interesting things coming up. A lot of it has to do with women. It just came about that the show is all about women tonight. I know I like women. How about you? If so, stick around. We'll be right back.
The Better Buildings for Michigan program has been extended for North Marquette residents.
I was introduced to the program last year when it was started in South Marquette. Well, their very first visit, they brought in some gray foaming to cover the pipes for the hot water tank, put some water saver adapters on the faucets, and they recommended what windows should be replaced. Very happy to have them do what they did.
To take part in the Better Building for Michigan programs, contact the Superior Watershed Partnership.
I fix all my accidents at Superior Collision.
For all those unexpected dents and dings, call Superior Collision.
You like music? Check out the playlist with Doug Garrison, featuring great bands and musicians from more than 2 years of the Doug Garrison Show. We feature clips and songs from some of the dozens of musical acts we've featured on the Doug Garrison Show, plus interviews with important people in the local music scene. It's a music lover's dream. You don't want to miss it. It's the playlist with Doug Garrison, presented in part by Jim's Music and Teaching Center, Friday night on TV6. Spotlight on Service is presented by the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union, where they are all about service to community. And I mentioned in the open that this show was kind of had a women's theme. Well, our first group here certainly exemplifies that. The organization is called Women for Women, so it doesn't get more about women than that. I have Robin Foreman and Alex Hunt are with us tonight, members of this group. Thanks for joining me. Robin, tell us a little bit about Women for Women.
Women for Women is an organization on Northern campus, and it was started about 6 years ago by a group of women on campus who wanted to bring the all-female houses together to do service and to support each other, and it has just grown into one of the biggest organizations on campus, and now it's open to anybody, including male students who want to be a part of a community service organization. Very good. When I was at Northern, we had a group called Men for Women, but that didn't really, administration didn't really care for that, so anyway, it's good. Thank you. Thank you. Well, it looks like this has been a very successful organization. You've won some campus awards, so that's very good. I know you're involved in fundraising and getting involved in the community, but do you do some things that actually help you develop as women and the self-actualization and developing character? Do you deal with that at all? Yes, one of our biggest events every year during second semester is called Self-Acceptance Week, and it's a week-long event throughout campus. We do videos, we have speakers, we have panels, and about accepting yourself more. And we also have a big event during that week called Hear Us Roar, which is women using the power of their voice to talk about their sexual assault and show that they're strong and they've made it through that. And also, during meetings we talk about different things. Like last week we were talking about the importance of using your right to vote.
Yeah, very good. But women are becoming more and more involved in politics, obviously in the workplace. So I think it's a great organization to help you guys develop and prepare for life after Northern. Yep. One of the events that you're here to talk about today is called Fill a Bus for Kids Like Us. Alex, tell us a little bit about this project.
Fill a Bus for Kids Like Us was Women for Women's way to step back and say, our community gives so much to us as an organization. They support us in all of our events and all of our goals. So it's our way to step back and say thank you and help them out. And at a meeting one night, we sat down and we're like, all right, who are we going to look at focusing on? And instead of just one organization, we picked 4 that do a lot for our communities: Baycliff, Health Camp, K.A. Sawyer Elementary School, Teaching Family Homes, and the Women's Center / Harbor House. And we decided that those 4 organizations really, they need help. They do so much for our community, not even just students at Northern.
Absolutely,
and so
yeah.
we called each place specifically and we're like, we're part of Women for Women and this is our goal. What are you looking for? What do you need? How can we help you? And they sent us their wish lists, and so we sat down, made up a list of things like paper products and school supplies and non-perishable food items.
Things other than
Yep.
cash donations,
Yeah.
but things that they need for their day-to-day operations.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we decided to make this a project that goes through the rest of the semester, and we hope to wrap it up in late December by filling a literal bus full of stuff so the community can see that we pull together to help our own community.
Nice, and I think you got the guys at Checker Cab to supply a bus for you. You're going to park those outside. Northern hockey games is one of your big exposures there?
Yeah, we're actually going to have boxes at all the hockey games, as well as boxes at local stores such as Forsberg Flowers and Family Vigneault in Marquette and Negaunee. We have boxes throughout campus that you can place donations in at all the front desks of all the dorms. And also, we will be at Ladies' Night downtown next week, and we'll also
November 15th, I believe that is. Yep.
And we will be filling the bus at the tree lighting ceremony downtown in Marquette on November 29th.
Excellent. You know, I think this is great because typically people think, well, how do, they give money to things, but these people need this kind of stuff, and it's kind of a unique way to help these programs out. You know, from my perspective, I think this is great. The Northern students coming up with a plan like this to get more involved in the community. I hope the community responds to this too. This isn't just, they're not looking just for kids on campus to help fill this bus. Obviously, kids on campus are trying to take care of themselves, so they don't have a lot of extra money to be contributing, but the people of the community can help out, look for the bus. If you can't find the bus or the box at a hockey game, like you said, you can go to Forsberg Flowers or Family Video. Any one of the front desks over at Northern in the dorms. If you haven't been over there lately, go on over. Park outside one of those dorms, walk in and see what's going on over there because, there was a day when maybe people would have been afraid to go over to campus. I think these young ladies are kind of give you an example of what's going on over there. It might not be what it was like back in the early 70s when I was there. You guys are developing an organization here to help things going on in the community. I think that's great. Are you involved in other organizations too, or is this, you guys seem to be active type students? Yeah,
I'm involved in a bunch of different things. I was on the student government for a little while. I was previously in the USOAC, but community-focused wise, my main one is Women for Women because it's such a good organization.
I think it's great. Alex, how about yourself?
I was heavily involved in Girl Scouts, and I helped out with just kind of the government and all the things in my hall, but Women for Women spoke a little stronger to me, and so I decided to get a little more involved with that.
It's the thing goes, if you want to get something done, give it to somebody who's already busy, and I think this is an example of that. Robin and Alex, thank you so much for coming on. I hope the community gets behind you and supports this. If you ever need anything from the Doug Garrison Show, let us know.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for coming on. Women for Women. All right, stick around. When we come back, we're going to talk about a masquerade ball. You don't want to miss that either. All right.
Guess what? You can get any new or used car financed with the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union for 3.9% APR. New or used. Got your eye on this new Escalade? 3.9%. How about this 75 Gremlin? 3.9%. Looking at this stylish Dodge Dart? 3.9%. How about a new Chevy Cruze? 3.9%. RV, boat, tractor? 3.9%. What about this DeLorean Time Machine? 3.9%. 3.9% auto loans new and used at the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union. Stop in and apply today.
Riverside of Marquette wants you back to school, back in the woods, or back home for the weekend in a new pre-owned car or truck. And to do it, we're going to give you a $500 Visa gift card. Their lot is busting with late model local trade-ins, many with over 30 MPGs, payments as low as $89 a month, financing from 1.9%. With well over 600 to choose from, why would you go anywhere else? Riverside Auto Mall of Marquette.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by Iron Bay Computer and Design. Iron Bay gives you the quality and service you demand. And by Cliffs Natural Resources, a global mining leader with local investment and impact. Cliffs Natural Resources. All right. Our tribute to women continues. It's not really a tribute to women. As I said, we happen to have a women's themed show. I didn't plan it this way. It turned out that way, and it works for me. With us is Sarah Balding from Knots and Kisses, a new venture that you have taken on.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Well, it's a wedding planning and event decorating business. My partner, Nicole Korn, and I started.
We know Nicole.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, we're excited about it, and we want to get out there and do things for the community along with our business. And
awesome.
Just having fun.
And you still have your place at Forsberg Flowers?
Yeah, still at Forsberg's.
And Nicole has her place at Auto Armor? Great.
Yes.
Well, the idea that you have started this business and one of the first things you're doing right out of the gate is something for the community. I think that's awesome. As I've mentioned on the show many times, a lot of the stuff that goes on here in this town is not stuff that is created by the nonprofits or the service organizations, but it's actually created by our businesses. And I think that's great, and I want to feature that whenever we can. Now, you've got this event coming up called the Knots and Kisses Masquerade Ball.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, it's on November 9th, and it's to benefit
a week from tomorrow, just to let people know.
Yes, a week from tomorrow. And it's to benefit the Harbor House for the Women's Center.
Yeah, good.
We realize that there's a need for money, and we want to help them.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest organizations in town. There's always a need for money there. They've had some financial issues recently, so they can always use whatever support the community gives them. I've mentioned in previous shows, too, there are different ways to raise funds. One is just to ask for money. Another is to come up with an event that people can go to, have some fun, and also raise money for this organization. I think that's what this Masquerade Ball does, because it sounds like it could be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have Double Trouble DJs there.
They're fun right there.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Yeah, definitely a fun party. We're going to have appetizers for you to munch on throughout the night. There will be an open bar, so it's a 21 and over event.
Yeah.
And there's
you get tickets for your drinks when you with your ticket to the event.
Yes.
And tickets for the event are?
They're $50, and they're located at Forsberg Flowers and Auto Armor. You could pick those up. And there's only 100 of them, and quite a few have sold already.
A limited amount of tickets, so there won't be tickets available at the door. You need to make sure you get your tickets in advance.
Exactly.
Yeah. And there's going to be a grand prize, drawing for a grand prize.
Yeah, the grand prize is huge. We've got lots of things put together from local businesses, even out of city things, and it's just going to be amazing.
And a silent auction to help raise funds as well.
Yeah.
That's another great way to raise money, because people can bid what they want. They get a nice prize, and obviously you need other community support to come up with these nice prizes for a silent auction.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, it's a masquerade ball, which when we talk about that, we talk about costumes.
Yes. We ask that people come dressed up. You don't have to be in a full ball gown. I mean, just a skirt and nice shirt, and the men nice pants and a nice shirt is fine, but we do ask that you wear a mask. And if you don't have one, we will have one at the door for you.
So it's not a typical Halloween costume party like we just had this last weekend. A masquerade ball is a little more formal.
Yes.
People getting fixed up and doing something fancy. So if you thought you were going to wear your Halloween costume, you might have to make some adjustments to it.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah, it's much it's classier and just more fun.
Yeah, and it's taking place where?
At the waterfront.
Oh, that's a beautiful site. I'm so glad to see that place open for events like this, because it's a perfect venue for it. That'll be great. It's a week from tomorrow night, November 9th. Get your tickets in advance.
And it starts at 7.
Starts at 7.
And it's done at 11:30.
Okay.
So.
And like you say, tickets are not going to be available at the door, so you want to make sure you get your tickets early.
Yes.
Again, just to point out that the Women's Center is an organization in town that does great work. I don't know how many families and women they serve, but I know it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a need that never goes away.
Exactly.
And the fact that Knots and Kisses is now getting behind this event to help raise money for the Women's Center and specifically to go to Harbor House is great. I commend you and Nicole for that. Before we go, let's give them an example of what we're talking about here. It is a masquerade party, so you have to wear your mask. Oh, did you know it was me? Did you know? Oh, well, I like yours, Sarah. Yours is fancy. Mine, I feel like the Lone Ranger here. Okay, Sarah Balling and Nicole Korn from Knots and Kisses, the Masquerade Ball. You guys have fun next Friday. All right, thanks for coming on. All right, stick around. When we come back, we have a very special person for you, our most recent Evergreen Award winner. Don't go away. All right.
Here at Fox Nagani, we want to make your service appointment exceed your expectations. With that, we provide you with these extra services.
Free vehicle pickup and delivery and free shuttle service to get you where you need to go. Free car wash with any service. Free loaners with most service work and body shop repairs. And when you purchase tires from us, you get free tire rotations for life. Plus, our standard oil change is only $20.95.
Fox Nagani, Marquette County's hometown dealer, only the best.
City Insurance has you covered. Located on Washington Street, Marquette.
People of Interest is presented by Canali Tonella Funeral Home. Family operated since 1893. We thank Mark Canali for his support of this. And I think he'd be very proud to know who we have tonight. We have Christine Myers. Christine, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for
You
having
are
me.
here because just this week you were given the Evergreen Award, the recipient of that, for your work in the community. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very well deserved. We know you from your work at Teaching Family Homes. You tell me you've been there more than 30 years.
Almost 30.
Almost
29
30 years, yeah. You started there. Let's go back. How did you happen to get started in Teaching Family Homes?
Well, back in 1981, I answered an ad in the paper, and they were looking for a married couple to live with 6 children who had behavior problems. And we interviewed for it and were selected to move into the Newberry group home that they were just establishing in the community there.
Yeah.
So for 2.5 years, I lived as a live-in family teacher.
Yeah, well, that's a great start. That's obviously you really took something on there. I mean, that's a challenge, but that's kind of become your life at this point.
It has. It's my life's work.
Yeah, and then you have seen, obviously, Teaching Family Homes, the facility here in Marquette and across the UP, develop so much since that point in time. You've been a big part of that. Tell us about that.
Well, for many years, we operated out of administration building for our administrative services, and we started out with just residential group homes. Then we started to diversify and go into foster care services and home-based services as the state was focusing on those kind of programs as well. So our agency bid on contracts throughout the UP and now have several different contracts and several different programs across the UP.
Yeah. I think the main point that our audience should know is that you have served probably hundreds, maybe thousands of young people in this area, provided a home setting for them, kind of helping them get back on their feet, go from young people to adults and give them a better shot at a successful life.
Right.
Got to be a lot of gratification in that.
It's really great living on the campus because the kids are there.
Yeah.
And you can really see firsthand the effect of what you're doing and trying to do administratively as well.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be able to do things directly with the kids.
Yeah. Obviously, we all have to have a career, a job to make a living, but it's doubly nice when you can do that and combine it with a passion that you have for helping people. You obviously have that. You're also involved in some other organizations, Rotary, Zonta, so it's not just, you're just not focused out there. You do get off campus now and then. We had Pam Stewart and Roxanne Dost on a month or so ago as this we're leading up to this award, and I told Pam we wanted to have the winner on if we could, and I was so glad to hear that it was you because we've done some things with Teaching Family Homes. Tell me, what constantly motivates you to keep doing this type of work?
Well, you know, when I first started, I said I can do anything for 2 years.
You were on the 2-year plan. I've heard of that plan, yeah.
And it seems like every couple of years, something new would come about, or there would be a new need.
So it was a fresh start every 2 years.
And it was always, you know, challenging, of course. You know, I come from a family that's very driven and business-minded, and it's just in my genes, I guess, that I you know, like to do a lot of things at one time, and just really care about people and women and children especially. Yeah.
Well, your facility out there has gone through a lot of changes. Just in the last couple of years, you've had some major renovations and improvements there. But it has to be most satisfying to you to see the young people that have gone through the program and to see them years down the road and the type of adults, young adults they've turned into.
It is great. We have kids that come back and they bring their spouses and their own children, and they're proud to bring them and say, "This is, you know, where I lived for a year," and how much it had helped them. It's great to see that.
Well, you know, our young people, especially the age group you deal with, you know, the adolescent age group, they're so vulnerable. I mean, they have so many temptations and diversions that they can go with these days, and the fact that there's a place for them to go at Teaching Family Homes, and that we have good people out there like yourself kind of setting the programs and helping guide them in the right direction, I mean, that benefits all of us. Obviously, it doesn't just benefit you people out there or them. Right. Benefits us all. Let me ask you this, and I want to make sure we get a picture of this award. This honor is such a beautiful. My goodness, it's not going anywhere too soon. But what a beautiful something for your mantle, and you can put that up there and display it at Teaching Family Homes, I'm sure, for a while as well. What's next for Christine Myers? I mean, you know, we have such great expectations of you. You have to keep going.
I do. I just keep going all the time.
Yeah.
Right now at Teaching Family Homes, we're building a vocational building, and we're going to give the kids an opportunity to learn some more skills, not just social skills, but some vocational skills, so that they'll be able to have those skills when they leave. So that's exciting.
That is not satisfied. You've got some awesome programs going and say, gee, we've got a good foundation working here. Let's continue to build on it and see what we can do that even adds more to our young people in the community here. Well, I think that's awesome. We've had people on from Teaching Family Homes in the past. You do some various fundraisers throughout the year. We certainly want to have you on again. You know, your name now is on a list of some people in this community that we look back on and say, gee, these are some of our community leaders that have done great things, and the type of things that make this area a place that we like to live in, and we thank you for that. Congratulations once again on being this year's recipient of the Evergreen Award. Christine Myers, CEO of Teaching Family Homes, congratulations, and this is something you're going to treasure forever, and very well deserved. Thanks for coming in. All right. Okay. Thank you very much for that. Stick around. When we come back, our focus on women continues with a young lady that's a great singer-songwriter. I'm sure you'll enjoy her. It's Gretchen McKenzie.
There are many reasons for pre-planning funerals. Peace of mind, sparing family difficult decisions, paying for tomorrow's services at today's prices. But none is more important than making someone's loss a little less empty. Contact Canale Tonella Funeral Home for their free brochure on pre-planning.
I'm one. She's not alone. I'm one too.
1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer in their lifetime.
For those of us with breast cancer, there is hope.
With early detection, 99% of women can be cured.
At Bell Hospital, your mammogram is reviewed while you're on site, and follow-up testing can be done the same day.
With the latest in breast cancer detection, Bell Hospital is the right choice for the mammogram that matters most.
Yours.
Before we get to our music guest for tonight's show, I did want to mention we have a special show coming up. It's going to air tomorrow night. It's called The Playlist with Doug Garrison, and it features music and entertainment from the first 2 years of the Doug Garrison Show. It airs tomorrow night at 9 o'clock from 9 to 11 on TV6. And it's full of all of our favorite groups and musicians from more than 100 shows of the Doug Garrison Show. I think you'll enjoy that. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night on TV6 at 9 o'clock. One of the entertainers you're going to see tomorrow night on The Playlist is with us tonight. Here's Gretchen McKenzie.
Synonyms in this monotonous land couldn't describe, but at least I tried, cried when completing a diatribe. How apologetically sorry to pursue you the wrong way. So curious, the best thoughts are the hardest to convey. Hit me like a brick, completely smashed the cranium. Filling Gallimard free with daisy geraniums. Juice, tomato, scarlet slid down hollows of my back. Weeds which quietly prey may startle just as heart attacks. Didn't realize you're rooted in those precious vessels. A quarter rest on eighth the leader of my sacred devils. Far too late to take precautionary blue measures. No way to protect illusions I have come to treasure. Aeons, no decades ago, I saw you two together. But now your bird has flown away, and which lady shall replace her? I can see in your eyes the one you prize is made of feathers. She takes wing upon each eve and shows no sign of pleasures. Didn't realize you're rooted in those precious vessels. A quarter rest on eighth, the leader of my sacred devils. Far too late to take precautionary blue measures. No way to protect illusions I have come to treasure. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh.
Now, there are many ways to deal with a stubborn drain. There's the more passive approach, or everybody's least favorite, the aggressive approach. Or you can just call Swick Home Services. Their high-definition LED camera can go where no plumber has gone before, deep inside your sewer lines to find the root of the problem. So if you're battling a backed-up sewer, remember, my friend, choose your weapon wisely. Those Swick guys do everything.
There are no linen tablecloths, no fine china, and no extensive wine list. Yes, we do have great food. Yes, our hearty buffets are loaded with choices. And yes, our desserts are made fresh. Oh, and one other thing, when the bill arrives, yes.
I want to thank our guests. We had Robin Feuerman and Alex Hunt from the organization called Women for Women at Northern Michigan University. Sarah Balding was here from Knots and Kisses talking about their upcoming Masquerade Ball to benefit Harbor House. And of course, we had the Evergreen Award winner, Christine Myers. So happy to have her in our People of Interest segment. And Gretchen McKenzie playing a little ukulele and singing for us. And I want to thank you for joining us at home. Tune in next week to the Doug Garrison Show. We'll see you then.